When the Toshiba Satellite 2400 series launched, there were two versions, a higher end and a lower end version. This is the higher end version. It launched with a P4 1.8 GHz processor and 512 RAM, which I've upgraded to 1 GB. They came stock with a 30 GB IDE drive, and they priced themselves around $1,500, which was pretty budget friendly given similar units were around $1,800 to $2,000 from Dell or HP. The biggest thing, which I'll dig into, is that this model came with an Nvidia GeForce 4 420 Go with 32 megs of RAM, or VRAM. This is a gaming level graphics card. And most of the competitors for a unit of this day didn't come with gaming level graphics. So let's dig into this and see if it's any good. Maybe you've seen one of these in the wild for a good price and you're wondering, should I grab one? It's 20 years old, but you want to get into retro gaming with XP and not have a clunky desktop. That's what I want to find out. So I've got a stock install from the Toshiba Restore CDs with a manual upgrade to Windows XP Service Pack 2. I'm going to try a few 3D intensive games of the era and see how this unit handles. Now, first off is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. My screen recording doesn't capture it super well, but the color on this screen and refresh rate are fantastic. I work with two 4K monitors, and this LCD keeps up with this machine really well. The handling on this thing is quite responsive. I find that when you're driving cars on this laptop, at least in this game, the graphics are a little bit edgy. You can see just a hint of the anti-aliasing and the edges of the various pixels there. But it does appear to handle the 3D just fine. Oh, there's some glitching there. And we've got the resolution a little high, I guess. Oh, there's the police. Boom. Don't hit a tree. There he is again. And he just hit a wall. He'll be gone. I guess the goal of this particular thing is not necessarily a time thing so much as just get this thing to the end of the race without getting caught by the police. I tried to install Far Cry from a demo disc from 2004, but it wouldn't load, and it's most likely due to the old graphics driver and requiring something from maybe Windows XP Service Pack 3. I also tried Tomb Raider, but faced similar problems loading the software. So let's try Quake 2 from the original CD-ROM. Give us a full test of the OpenGL of this thing, and give us a chance to see what the 3D was like on the GeForce 4. As you can see just from the demo, I mean the quality is actually pretty good. The speed is really nice, and it really, well, let's see what the real deal is, because I don't know if that's the actual game quality or not. So let's go with medium, and let's see how this looks. Got a bit of an intro video here. Everybody loves watching those. And we're in here with a gun. And there's been an explosion. Gotta remember our controls here. That still shoots. Great. Cool. Alright. Side to side, up and down. Let's go. Do we have to go down here? Oh yeah, there's some stuff to grab down here. And a hallway. And somebody to shoot. And he didn't die. Shoot him again. Shoot him again. Bang. Bang. I love the funny character movements as they pass away there like that. It's kind of funny. Still, the 3D on this is not bad for the era. I mean, this is a laptop we're talking about here. And it has an impressive screen. Not too bad at all. The world loads, the graphics are pretty decent. Can't complain. That's Quake 2. And there's somebody shooting at me. I also tried 3D Mark 2001, and the first game demo played beautifully. You could tell the gaming on this machine of its day would have been pretty comparable to a desktop. The rest of the benchmark wouldn't load, but again I suspect drivers or the system updates. You know, watching these game demos really makes you think to yourself, like, obviously once you get all the drivers, the DirectX, and all that stuff sorted out, this GeForce 4 420 is actually a pretty competent card with only 32 megs of AGP memory quality. Windows comes built in with a few music files and some MIDI files, some things like that, and so we can obviously go ahead and listen to some example music that is built in. All music. It's not showing the music that was built into the system. I'm guessing nothing happens when you do this ambiance water bubble. There is music on here though. There we go. And there's no sound coming out of it. Looks like the sound is muted. What's interesting about this particular model of computer is that there's a little volume knob on the bottom of the computer, and the Windows controls, like in a modern computer, you've got an up-down volume, and that up-down volume is moving the volume knob, switch down here, right? So you can see this move whenever you use the volume knob. Modern Macs do that too. What's interesting though, as you'll notice, maybe there's a way I can leave that up while this plays. And is that I can turn down this volume on the hardware and it doesn't change the setting there. And it's fascinating because obviously that's just not how modern hardware works anymore. What that means is the amplifier is actually built into the actual laptop hardware, like into the actual machine, and it's not actually built into it's not actually built into the software, but it's actually I don't know how else to say that, because of course what I'm trying to say is that it's built into the actual speakers itself on a separate circuit, not controlled by Windows, which is kind of neat. It's kind of nice in a way because it means it has a built-in amplifier for those giant speakers this model came with. So here's a MIDI file, I believe. Let's turn that up. So what's interesting is this, that's not a MIDI file, by the way, that is definitely a WAV file. These speakers have a bit of a tinny sound, but they definitely don't have a lot of bass to them. I wonder if this thing actually has some kind of an equalizer built in. It has been a very long time since I've played with this. Oh man, I wish we still had visualizations on all our new stuff. Graphic equalizer, there it is right there. Graphic equalizer. So can we actually, is there a default to have some bass added to this? What would have bass? I guess since we don't have one that says that, I'm guessing that rap would have bass maybe? Yeah, let's give that a shot. There we go. Now it's got much more rich sound. Yeah, on the higher notes you can still tell it's not great, but you know, for laptop sound, I mean, it's not bad, right? What I'm not impressed with is that there is no palm detection, so you have to be very careful not to touch your hand on the palm rest. What I am impressed with though is, I mean, if you get the drivers working, the 3D capabilities of this machine are pretty decent.